It is Sunday, the 7th of May 2017. I'm in front of the Unitarian Church of Montreal. I'm just in the middle of my alternative spiritual practice of protesting against Unitarian Universalist injustices, abuses, and hypocrisy, which include, but are by no means limited to, atheist Unitarian Universalists, such as Reverend Dr. Peter Beyond Belief Morales, former president of the Unitarian Universalist Association, and Kathleen K. Montgomery, former executive vice president of the Unitarian Universalist Association. Yes, I'm putting the accent on vice there for reasons. Vice is one of those words that has two meanings, and that other meaning of vice certainly applies to Kathleen K. Montgomery. As far as I'm concerned, she is deeply involved in decades worth of cover-up and denial of clergy sexual misconduct, to say nothing of non-sexual clergy misconduct committed by Unitarian Universalist ministers, and she's certainly involved in the Unitarian Universalist Association's attempted misuse of Canada's blasphemy law in immoral and unethical and borderline criminal, and I dare say batshit crazy, clergy sex abuse, cover-up and denial, legal bullying. In June of 2012, just under 5 years ago now, I was served with a cease and desist demand letter that had been drafted by the Unitarian Universalist Association's Canadian attorney, Stikeman Elliott Barristers and Solicitors Litigation Lawyer, Maitre Marc-Andre Coulombe, which falsely accused me of the criminal act of blasphemous libel in legal bullying that sought to conceal such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape committed by certain Unitarian Universalist ministers, to quote two choice phrases from the two cease and desist demand letters that Maitre Marc-Andre Coulombe had me served with just under 5 years ago in June of 2012. This is outrageous, really. But perhaps what is even more outrageous, or maybe not more outrageous, but almost as outrageous, is the fact that in the almost 5 years since the Unitarian Universalist Association falsely accused me of blasphemous libel, nobody in the Unitarian Universalist religious community has spoken out, publicly at least, against the Unitarian Universalist Association's immoral and unethical and borderline criminal, and yes, batshit crazy misuse of Canada's blasphemy law in an effort to conceal such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape. And we can see some people who haven't spoken out right here. Right here we have David Roller, and we have in the background in the blue robe Reverend Diane Olenek Roller, and we have two Unitarian Universalists waving at me, who seem totally unconcerned by the fact that the Unitarian Universalist Association has tried to misuse Canada's blasphemy law in legal bullying intended to hide pedophilia and rape committed by certain Unitarian Universalist ministers. To say nothing of certain Unitarian Universalist Sunday school teachers, also known as religious educators, and to say nothing of a certain Unitarian Universalist lay leader by the name of Richard Buell of First Parish in Norwell, who was the only Unitarian Universalist that I specifically described as a pedophile rapist, specifically because he was charged, tried, and convicted of the forcible rape of young girls who were no older than 12 years old at the times that the rapes took place. So the interesting thing regarding the UUA's false accusation to the effect that A, I had made unfounded and vicious allegations to the effect that ministers of the association engage in such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape, and B, these allegedly unfounded and vicious allegations were so defamatory that they constituted the criminal act of blasphemous libel against the Unitarian Universalist religious community. This is, I just lost my train of thought. Is this what this is? This does happen occasionally, partly because I'm so long-winded. But the reason I'm so long-winded is I really want to get all the gory details in there. So yes, okay, here's my train of thought came back to me. So this is the point. Richard Buell, to the best of my knowledge, was not a Unitarian Universalist minister. Richard Buell, to the best of my knowledge, was, as I just said, an ordinary lay person at the Unitarian Universalist church known as First Parish Norwell in Norwell, Massachusetts. So, you know, basically, Stikeman Elliott Barristers and Solicitors litigation lawyer made, you know, yet another mistake in saying that I'd accused Unitarian Universalist ministers of the Unitarian Universalist Association with pedophilia. You know, because at that point in time, in June of 2012, I hadn't done so. Oh, here's Diane Rollert singing and calling people into the service. So yeah, la 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 la. Yeah. Unitarian Universalists are really good at going la 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 when I or other people speak out against Unitarian Universalist clergy abuse, or Unitarian Universalist cover-up and denial of clergy abuse, or, you know, any number of other Unitarian Universalist injustices, abuses, and hypocrisy, which is why I'm out here protesting, because they're not listening. You know, they're going la 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 la. We don't give a shit, Robin. We don't give a shit that we have pedophiles and rapists in our religious community. We don't give a shit that the Unitarian Universalist Association has tried to misuse Canada's blasphemy law in legal bullying intended to hide such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape. No, we don't care at all. We'll just go la 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 until hell freezes over. And so that's why I'm still out here protesting instead of engaged in direct dialogue with Unitarian Universalists towards the end of cleaning up their big fat UU mess, or the big fat U** mess. No, they just prefer to go la 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 la. Yeah. Now here's Harvey Shepherd, one of those Unitarian Universalists who may not go la 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 verbally, but who nonetheless buries his head in the sand about Unitarian Universalist misuse of blasphemy law intended to hide such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape. And that's pretty pathetic for someone who's a former journalist, someone who's a former religious columnist for the Gazette, who doesn't care that Unitarian Universalists, what? Religion column. Yes, so Harvey's correcting me. Perhaps I said religious column, and that's true. This is a typical response you'd get from an atheist. Because I think I could be mistaken. I mean, I may be mistaken in thinking that Harvey Shepherd's an atheist, but it's probable that he is. But I think that is precisely why he corrected me and said religion column rather than religious column, because I think he was making the distinction that the column was about religion as opposed to, being religious. So, you can make that distinction anyway, even if you're a theist, but I have a feeling that Harvey's atheism was probably showing through there. Again, I don't know for certain that Harvey Shepherd's an atheist, but just the fact that he made that specific correction suggests, to me at least, that he was trying to say, well, certainly his column was not religious, and he might be kind of hinting that, he's not religious. But what I find interesting is that, here he is taking the time to correct a tiny little mistake that I made, but he cannot take the time to correct some of the huge mistakes that the Unitarian Universalist Church of Montreal. I'm always having a good day when I'm accused of blasphemy by atheist Unitarians in the 21st century. Doesn't get better than that. So every now and then I get this have a nice day from Unitarian Universalists who do not care that Unitarian Universalists misuse blasphemy law in the 21st century to cover up such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape. No, these people, in saying have a nice day are essentially saying, we don't give a shit about your protest, Robin. We don't give a shit about what's on your picket signs. We do not care. We do not want to know. We want to bury our heads in the sand about Unitarian Universalist misuse of blasphemy law in clergy, sex abuse, cover-up and denial, legal bullying that seeks to cover up and hide such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape committed by certain Unitarian Universalist ministers such as Reverend Mac Wallace Mitchell, to name but one of them, because there are others. There are others. And although...
Sorry.
Yeah, just be a little bit more prudent.
Oh, okay.
Yes, oh.
Oh, prudent.
You don't come right up my ass with your bike.
I was trying to get...
Yes, you could have slowed down a little bit, and you could have warned me earlier. You didn't have to come like within a foot and a half of me and start ringing your bell. Got that? Oh, you don't give a shit, right? Yeah, okay. I was just talking about how you and other Unitarian Universalists don't give a shit about a whole bunch of things, including the fact that the Unitarian Universalist Association misuses blasphemy law and clergy, sex abuse, cover-up and denial, legal bullying that seeks to hide such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape committed by certain Unitarian Universalist ministers. So I hope you're really, really happy that you are totally complicit in that, madame, because you are. Just as everyone else in that outrageously hypocritical Unitarian Universalist Church is totally complicit in the Unitarian Universalist Association's misuse of blasphemy law and legal bullying intended to hide pedophilia and rape. I hope you're really proud of yourself. I hope you're proud of yourself too, sir. Hope you're really proud of not caring about Unitarian Universalist misuse of blasphemy law and legal bullying intended to hide pedophilia and rape committed by Unitarian Universalist ministers. Because when you ignore this protest, sir, you are totally complicit in that misuse of blasphemy law by the Unitarian Universalist Association, and you're totally complicit in every other injustice and abuse and hypocrisy that I'm protesting against outside the church here. So yeah, this woman comes right up behind me on her bike within no more than 2 feet and begins ringing her bell. Well, she could have rung her bell 10 feet away, and I could have happily stepped out of her way. Are you really proud of yourself, sir? You got this big smile on your face. Yeah, you're really happy about the fact that you're totally complicit in misuse of blasphemy law to hide rape. I'm sure you are, sir. So, anyhow, this is just the standard willful ignorance and psychological denial that Unitarian Universalists wallow in, including this one right here. They just totally ignore serious injustices and abuses that their religious community is guilty of. They don't care about Unitarian Universalists misusing blasphemy law to cover up such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape committed by certain Unitarian Universalist ministers, such as Reverend Mac Wallace Mitchell, to name but one of them. No, They just do not want to know. They do not want to do anything, that's for sure. No, they'll just pretend nothing's wrong, and they'll go to their Sunday service, pretend nothing's wrong. Now this guy, okay, he's driving away now, so he may not be, an actual member of the church. He may not even be a Unitarian Universalist, but he was escorting people into the church who almost certainly are members. He may not be as guilty as, the actual members of the Unitarian Church of Montreal or the other Unitarian Universalists who are guilty of not caring at all about, not just this specific single instance of immoral and unethical and borderline criminal and outrageously hypocritical behavior on the part of the Unitarian Universalist Association. This misuse of blasphemy law in legal bullying intended to hide rape is just one single instance of Unitarian Universalist legal bullying. There are others. In fact, there's a very recent case of Unitarian Universalist legal bullying that's closely connected to Unitarian Universalist clergy sex abuse issues that I only just became aware of within the last week or so. I went to look at the Berry Street essay that Reverend Gail Seavey had delivered in June of 2016, so less than a year ago, during the Unitarian Universalist Association's annual General Assembly, during what's called Ministry Days. Reverend Gail Seavey of the First Unitarian